Okay, so that was a false start. So yeah, I was gonna do this all in one take, and I guess I just took a picture of myself. Ha ha ha. So yeah, that's basically what this is I'm not ready. I'm never gonna be ready. Um, about the title, this is not about that. This is uh, this is an expression. A neurodivergent friend of mine who is actually assessed with autism shared with me. And it's not about bareback communion, it's about just facing the world and taking things on one step at a time, one mistake, one lesson learned, and yeah, not being ready. I have friends who've been meaning to start a YouTube video for like 5 years and just never pulled the trigger. Um, and It's unnecessary and it's never going to be perfect. You can infinite scroll your way past your entire life waiting for the perfect match, the perfect video, the perfect day, the day when you don't have a hair out of line, you don't have a pimple or a cold sore or a deficit in your bank account, and nobody's going to feel cringe, nobody's going to be embarrassed, and that day will never come and you will die. I've lost a lot of friends over the past few months, over the past 53 years, and none of them got it perfect. You know, they were just doing their best and working through it, and the people who did the most in their life just embraced the imperfection of every day and every moment. Uh, you know, as mundane reality goes, this is as good as it gets. We're never going to reach a perfect day where everything's going to work out. You're never going to have enough money. You're never going to be hot enough. You're never going to be tall enough. Your is never going to be big enough or tight enough. The match is never going to be exactly right. We work with what we have, and we have right now, we have right here. And part of this is because I I started to write it all down and put everything that I've learned into prose and poetry and put it on Substack. But I can see now why people can't read uh, long form. You know, we've all had our trauma screwed and lifted by this pandemic, and we've 5 years, almost exactly 5 years later, we're still rolling around trying to be perfect enough to leave the house. Make sure that we have exactly the right mask with the right folds in it, the right, N95, P100. It doesn't matter. Um, yeah, the raw dog in the world expression is really just about showing up unmasked, showing up not as someone you think you should be, but who you are. Um, and yeah, it's a little bit loosely based on a thing that I had going with a Tinder match like maybe 10 years ago. It was a fantasy, and hers, and she wanted it, and she planned the whole thing out and scripted it, and that was her thing. And then she just kind of, you know, unmatched, blocked, or whatever. The day we were supposed to meet, and that's a theme, right? That's kind of like the internet is all words and intentions and no presence. Everything has to be safe and clean and sterile and paid for, and all the subscriptions and everything has to be perfect, and it just isn't. That's not life. That's screens. Ironically, I'm on a screen, but that's the way to get through to people, and I absolutely hate being on camera. I don't like the sound of my own voice. I don't like the look of my face. So this is not easy. And I think that's why it needs to be done. That's why we have to do it. You know, there's no rehearsal, there's no script. Um, we're all winging it. We're all going one step at a time, one day, one word, one token, because that is life. The scripted, the perfect, the manicured, the life without farting, no bad smells, never was real. There's never going to be a day without a little bit of something wrong. And if your standard is perfection, you never get anything done. Um, and I'm here to embody that, not just give lip service to it and expect my kids to follow through and live life to the maximum. Just the title alone may cause them to die of cringe, but that is life. Life is cringe. Nothing about it is as perfect as you see on screens.